Welcome. Some people are telling me that a certain fixation on Camavinga's negative aspects is preventing me from seeing the good game he played yesterday, as if it's overshadowing it, right? Well, we'll talk about that now, and at the end of this video, I'm going to show you something I owed you. This is part of a video that I recorded myself, the one I showed you yesterday. This was recorded by one of the people I was with, and it's definitely better recorded, lowering the intensity so you can see it clearly, and it's a really amazing video. I'm going to leave it for the end, I insist, for the real enthusiasts who want to see a bit of my experience with the Eclipse, and with that we'll finish, okay? But I owed you this one. I owed you this. Well, it's incredible. But anyway, we're going to talk about Camavinga and Mourinho, and I'm going to share some thoughts on the topic because there are people telling me about this, right? That thing about Camavinga and a bit of that feeling I have, like many others, that he's not going to surprise us with anything anymore, is sometimes blinding us. It's true that Camavinga played a good game, a good first half yesterday, one of the best I've seen from him lately, because he's a good player. Maybe I'm not explaining myself well, maybe that's it. Either I'm not explaining myself or people don't understand me, right? But maybe it's the first one. I've always said that Camavinga is a good player. I mean, technically, he's outstanding. He's a player whose quality has earned him a place at Real Madrid. Not just anyone can handle it. We signed him in 2021, right? Not just anyone can last 5 years and play a decisive part, even if not as a starter, in European Cups and league title wins and so on, right? He's a very useful player. Many times coming off the bench, his qualities have been well utilized. That's clear. What's also clear, and at the same time, is that he's a player you sign when he's very young, at 18 or 19 years old, and his development as a footballer has been minimal, if not non-existent. One always expected that, as wild as he might have seemed at first, he'd eventually master the positional side of the game, and he was going to become a smarter footballer, right? I mean, intelligence isn't something you don't have today and suddenly have tomorrow. I'm talking about football intelligence, right? That the fact of playing alongside the best, with Kroos, with Modric, in a midfield like Real Madrid, being on a squad where the others can be worse, the same, or better than you, but you learn from that, and then from great coaches, damn it. Ancelotti, Mourinho, even Xabi Alonso and referee Marbelloa contributed at key moments to help that side of his game grow. But Cama hasn't grown at all. Come on, it's just that. One thing is to be a good footballer, and another is to play football well. Notice something. Now, after everything that's happened, this summer, Spain has won the World Cup. How did they do it? Without big stars, with him a lot, but what I have is very good. I mean, there is a player we immediately talk about, like the holding midfielder for the Spanish national team, Rodri, who is a guy who, for example, doesn't know how to dribble. He doesn't know how to dribble. One can't understand how it's possible that Neymar, the young Neymar from Santos, and the one at Barca, and the first one at Paris Saint-Germain was absolutely incredible. Let's put our club bias aside for a moment. Let's admit it. I think most of us Madrid fans admit it. He's a guy who's going to end his career with 0 Ballon d'Or awards. 0 Ballon d'Ors. 0. Considering who Neymar was. I mean, with the talent he had. Another one who, well, was very good, but even though sometimes he knew how to play football, he also went down the wrong path, not just in sports, but also personally. To be a great football player, you don't have to be very good, or just being very good isn't enough. You have to know how to play football well. You have to be a smart guy. You have to understand the game. That's what I'm getting at. Understanding the game. I've lost hope in Camavinga ever understanding the game. Sorry. That's just how it is. And I know that some of you don't, and others will agree with me. I hardly expect anything from him anymore. I saw him have a good first half yesterday, win the ball back a couple of times, pass to an area where there wasn't so much congestion. I mean, yes, things I've already seen from him, but I don't trust him. Because I also saw him lose 2 balls in the second half. In one of them, he got a yellow card, with first touches toward the player who's trying to press you. Let's see, but you haven't played with Toni Kroos for 3 or 4 years. But you haven't seen how he did his first touches, which were already like dribbles, how he shielded the ball with his body. What's more, Camavinga also has something else. He's a guy who needs to carry the ball. It's hard for him to pass it on the first or second touch. He has a lot of quality when he has the ball, hiding it from opponents and turning and all that. Yes. He's actually a player who turns better than Tchouaméni, for example. But he turns badly. He does it wrong most of the time. And that's what I can't stand anymore with Camavinga. Now, apparently Mourinho has told him, you're going to be my last choice midfielder because Camavinga is not going to be a starter. But well, if you want to stay, you can stay. And since at Madrid they don't kick people out, they don't force them to leave like they do in other clubs, in most of them. Now let's talk about Reinders. That City signed him last year for, how much was it? 40 and... I have it here somewhere, I don't know if I got it, no. 45 million, 40 million euros, more or less. With add-ons, I think it went up to about 60 something, right? Well, Reinders is going to be sold by City because they are already going to sign Boatti, because they've signed Elliot Anderson, and he's no longer useful to them. And then Saudi Arabia comes in, bam, 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 bam. They knock and say, here, it's for you. Why doesn't Madrid do that? It's clear they don't want to leave. But if they are not useful to you, you sell them. In Madrid, how many players who weren't useful to you did you have to keep under contracts? It's unbelievable. He wants to stay, and Madrid doesn't treat their players like that. Come on, don't mess with me. He could even be the key to bringing in a player who might actually be worse than him, technically speaking. Just think about that. But someone who knows his job better, who understands the game better, who's more intelligent, football-wise. And then someone who has a more specific position as a holding midfielder. Because as it stands, we still don't know what he is. He can play as a box-to-box midfielder, he can play as a holding midfielder, he can play everywhere. As I keep saying, and going back to the beginning of the video, the way he has contributed most to the team has been off the bench. In moments when the games were breaking open and he came onto the field with his ball carrying, he's a physical powerhouse, and so on. They ended up watching the games. Yeah, but even so, look, maybe you could keep him for that. Okay, fine. But you see, last year when he came in to do that, he ruined the game because he ended up causing the second yellow card, which was unfair. This Vinci guy didn't even know he'd gotten the first yellow, but he still messes things up for you. The thing is, he also loses his head during games. Let me know in the comments what you think. For me, I'm sorry, it just doesn't do anything for me anymore. Even if tomorrow he scores with a bicycle kick, pulls off an amazing play, or does a roulette move in the middle of the field. No, I don't care about that anymore. That doesn't impress me now. More than one guy we know. Because in football, things are going in a different direction. Yes, we've been impressed in the World Cup by players with lots of goals, great dribbling and all that. But who ended up winning? A team effort where we haven't seen any of that, or very little, and where in theory the big star and the player who was supposed to do those things has been one of the worst. Mine was bad, but Spain still won the World Cup. Well, I think football is heading that way. But anyway, maybe we're going in the opposite direction. Still, I trust Mo's work, and I trust and know that Mo sees this. That's why he's either not going to use him or only use him a little. Well, speaking of Mo, I didn't show these statements from yesterday. After the match, let's analyze them, and then we'll continue with more on Mo. We'll return to signings and the sale City is planning. Hold on, I haven't played it yet. Let's go now.
Coach Jose Mourinho, coach, today a victory, third match of the preseason. How did you think Real Madrid looked?
A serious match against a team that's obviously returning to the league. This trophy has a lot of tradition for them, and they gave it their all. They forced us to play seriously. It was a complicated, tough match. Obviously, I also have to make my changes. I have to give everyone a chance. I don't want to give too many minutes to the same players. Today, only 45. Only Fede got 45. 45 for Arda. It's not exactly about managing this match. We're here to win, okay? We're here to win. But more than to win, we're here to work, to give minutes, and to try things out. And one thing I like is that in a match this difficult and with so many changes, not just changes in players, but also changes in structure, changes in roles, the team has played for a result.
And you'll have many matches like this in the league.
Mainly away from home, where you're not able to finish off the match, and when you do, you still win, maybe 1-0 like we did. A lot of positive things. The team, there are 5 working in Valdebebas who haven't been here. Do you know exactly who these 5 are?
We're taking it little by little, and next week, next week.
The one I would say is making the most progress, Real Madrid, the team, from the first day of preseason and also from the first match.
I think they're making progress in everything, but obviously the difficulty of the matches, as we've organized exactly for this purpose, the difficulty of the matches is increasing. And it's really good to come here with this atmosphere, with the team that we know how these summer tournaments are. It means a lot for the home team, the tradition, the culture. They wanted that trophy, and competing like this is really good training for us.
I love this statement from Mourinho when he says it's a training session, which no one should take as something negative, right? It's a training session for us. No, Mourinho has referred to all these preseason matches as training because that's what they are in the end. Mourinho gives preseason matches the importance they deserve and the importance they should have. I see a lot of people there talking in an exaggerated way. No, we are not going anywhere like that and so on. Maybe this is Real Madrid's weakest match of this preseason. The first half of the first match was very good, but of course it's just the first half of the first preseason match. Well, it's not like it tells you the same thing as what happened yesterday in the sense of whether the match or the team's play looked better or worse. As Mourinho says here, these matches are, here they have tested Madrid in a more serious way, something more similar to what we are going to find in the league against a league rival. By the way, the home team wanted its cup because it's his tournament. And these 1-0 matches are the kind you're going to have to face this way. And that already speaks well of the team. The fact that playing seriously and winning the match as if it were a league game, not just relaxing, this reflects well on his team for taking it seriously. As I said yesterday, Madrid will compete with Mourinho. There's no doubt about it. Now, as for the game and those rivals who are like kryptonite for you, because they're going to try to steal the ball, to keep the ball away from you, and let's see what you do then. That's what worries me the most. And it comes down to seeing a new face there in the midfield. But the rest of the team, and even more so when Mourinho comments, and with the absences we have, not just the injured players, but also I sent Mbappe to see if a guy like Mbappe yesterday, maybe you don't win this match 1-0, but 3-0, since Mbappe just scores goals, right? He's happy with what he's seeing because preseason matches are for this, and then there's the matter of rest, like Güler and Fede playing less, because it's true they played more in the previous games because they're practically ready. Since the first day, it suggests they're going to be starters at the beginning of the season. It's very difficult for Bellingham, who just arrived yesterday, to be a starter in the first match against Espanyol. It will be Güler now, since Bellingham is going to be the one who joins the three up front. We have no doubt about that. And that's when Güler will go from being a starter to sitting on the bench. Even though Mourinho is the most meritocratic guy in football, I think that's how it will be. But well, it's good that he gives them some rest. Next test is this Sunday against Schalke 04, and then the following match is already a league game against Espanyol. Just a few last things. About Reinders, Fabrizio Romano is saying that Al-Alcacia, which is the team that Nacho went to, right? They are in advanced talks with Manchester City to sign him. The agreement between clubs is close. The fee is around 60 million, but they still need the Dutch midfielder's green light. Nottingham Forest remains interested, but it all depends on Reinders' decision. If he's sold to a Premier League club, the price will be higher. 60 is just the starting point, and they'd get even more. I don't know about amortization and all that. Yes, in the end. But they don't care. Let's see, they are a state-owned club. Why would they care? Now, of course, they are not idiots either. They sell things for a lot, right? Like what's happening with Rodri. Second offer from Barca for 60 million and a bit more, 62, 63, I think it was. They said no, that it had to be 80 or nothing. They're still holding their ground. Yesterday in a video, we wondered what would happen if that doesn't go through, and if Madrid would return to that, I already said no, out of dignity, even though I'm saying it through gritted teeth, because I still think he was the player we needed. But well, in this case, not anymore, of course. Look at how they operate. If it doesn't work out for them, that's a blessing. And here we are with footballers we care about a lot. Like, come on, we really like him. I haven't said this before. He's a guy I really like, even without knowing him personally. He gives me a really good vibe, but Real Madrid is not a charity. Damn. It's not a charity. Anyway, that's it. Like I told you, I owed you this one. This is the full video we recorded with some comments and all that, to show a bit of what we were feeling. Although the camera doesn't do it justice. A video can capture it. The images are beautiful. That's really the eclipse, the totality, especially when it happens, when it does. When you see the corona and even the prominences, the plasma flares, those solar storms that you can see from Earth, thanks to this effect, right? Because of that contrast, it's something you have to experience, but it gives you chills. Well, the thing is, next year, another one will pass through the south of Spain, in Málaga, Marbella, Cádiz, Tarifa, and North Africa. I'm definitely going to become a chaser, an eclipse chaser. I mean, I already want to go. I want to see it next year. And then another thing, the fascination of that moment is something you feel more than you actually see. I mean, of course, everything comes through the eyes, right? But what you feel is because you see something in the sky that you are not used to. You see something in the sky that seems impossible. Something you've never seen before. You've seen the sun, the moon's phases, the stars, and more, but then you suddenly see that like the eye of Sauron, and it overwhelms you. Seriously, I haven't seen, heard, or read anyone, any of those people who say, I'm not going to watch it, and so on. Well, that's because they haven't seen it. Or among those who are speaking badly about it today, none of those who have actually seen it. No one. And if you can give me a testimony or put it there for me, show me someone who says it didn't overwhelm them, that it wasn't incredible. Many people say they had low expectations and were surprised. I had high expectations because I'm an astronomy geek, follow many astronomy accounts, and did my research. So I knew what to expect. Still, seeing and experiencing it is incredible.
Oh, is it okay now? Is it okay now? You can't. No way! Wow. Lucas, it's incredible. I can do it. I can. No. It's incredible. It's incredible. Now you can look. Wow. I'm sure you can. Wow. Wow. Look, yes, we can see you. Oh, on yours, it looks super cool.
I'm going to, wow.
Record everything now. Wow. I don't know, that's nothing. Wow. How is it, love? How is it? It's beautiful. Don't move me, please. Stand there, quick. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's a lot. I'm going to record it. Hey, it looks better than what you see. You can't see that. It looks better than what you see. Ha ha ha. It's the corona. Oh, sweet. How beautiful. All right.
Well, do you realize that we took every possible precaution because there were a lot of people who watched the Eclipse constantly with their glasses on without stopping? We were clear that we shouldn't do that. I mean, you put on the glasses, see where it's going, take them off, then turn your back to the sun. At least that's what we did, so we wouldn't risk our eyes. I hope nothing happens to the people who didn't take precautions. I knew that when the corona appeared and the totality in Guadalajara lasted 1 minute. In Guadalajara, 1 minute and 5 seconds. That's when you can remove your glasses, turn around and see it clearly. But even before that, it's also beautiful. The diamond ring effect, the beads, that's how they're formed. You can see it a little with the glasses and that's it. But well, we were cautious, that's why. You can hear my wife there, Talina, and the boy, who at first didn't want to turn around. I said, Luca, do you realize what you're missing? When he sees it, he says, bro, it's amazing. That's why we turned around there, right? I insist, I don't know. It's something you are not used to. It seems unreal to you. it's unreal. Do you feel like you are experiencing science fiction or on another level? It's almost like being on another planet. I recommend it to anyone who said, I'm not going, missed the total eclipse, or is in the south, like Seville, if you are watching from there. There, you won't be able to see 100% in this coming year. If you travel a bit south, Cádiz and Jerez are nearby, so you can see it there. Anyway, next years will last longer. It will be earlier, it will be in the morning. So the effect of the light, because yesterday was at sunset, that effect is going to be even stronger. And it's going to last longer. I don't know if it's 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes. You have to look higher up, in the area where people can see it by the sea. What happens is that there have been better images this time, because since it's getting dark, it can be seen in many of the landscapes we've seen with the eclipse. Besides, Spain is an amazing place for that. We haven't seen it behind castles or cathedrals. By the Osborne Bull, I saw it next to the Osborne Bull that's in Guadalajara. I couldn't get a clear shot to see it, and I don't have it here. If you find the photo elsewhere, it's amazing too. And next year is just the sky. It will only be a sky, because we'll have it above us, but it's going to be incredible, just the same. Well, I guess only the most hardcore fans of this channel have stayed to hear this thing that has nothing to do with football. And beyond the fact that they're both round things, the moon and the sun, but it's appreciated if you give it a like too and subscribe, and that helps a lot. This video, please, it really helps the channel as well. That's it. See you in the next one, and thank you so much for being there. Bye.